name is May and today we are back to talking about yoga. As of last week, I've officially completed 60 yoga practices over the course of 60 days. This all started back in Yoga-rary. Okay. This all started back in January when I completed Yoga with Adriene's 30-day yoga journey, Breath. I would highly suggest checking out that video if you haven't already. After experiencing the huge amounts of benefits regular yoga practice can have, I committed to complete a yoga practice every day for an entire year. And here's my 60-day update. So this month I followed Adriene's February playlist. The playlists are a great tool if, like me, you are unsure of what practices to complete, and they offer more flexibility in terms of choosing your own practice. Lots of the February practice was based around meditation and preventative care, so I did find myself switching it up a little and adding in some more active flows. A quick note before we get into the comparisons: if you think I enjoy uploading unedited and unrevised videos of my body onto the internet, you'd be wrong, so let's all be kind. Let's start with the warriors. Straight away you can see a significantly wider stance and a more fluid motion in my transitions. However, my arms are still too high in Warrior 2. I cannot with my arms. Another noticeable improvement is my pelvis tilt. As you can see, my hips are now visibly squared with my shoulders, simply meaning I'm not leaning forward as much. It's also adding some care to my lower back. We see something similar with my high lunge. My hips are stacked and my center of gravity is lower. Also, my booty is popping, I'm just going to say it. Planks are pretty much the same. However, you can see when moving through a chaturanga, I'm really working on that low plank and the orientation of my feet. My forward fold has improved tenfold, and yes, it still thrills me to flip-flop forward fold all over the place. But my head is closer to my knees, if that means anything, which it doesn't. Bend those knees to your heart's content. Also, this version of a forward fold gives me equally as much pleasure. My crow okay, not great, but I can hold it for slightly longer. I'm really going to have to start working on my upper body strength because I am sick of my puny chicken arms. Now, I'm not a massive fan of tracking my weight. In fact, I have simply refused to weigh myself for the better part of 10 years. Weight fluctuates, so a scaled measurement gives approximately zero indication of bodily health. To prove that, muscles actually weigh more than fat, so do not trust your scales. You do not need to correlate your happiness to a number. However, if you are only interested in yoga for weight loss, please enjoy these bizarre full body shots taken over the course of the year to track some semblance of progress. Let's welcome May from May last year. Look, we're definitely floating quite nicely along the lines of thin. However, I was still tensing like a mother and gained approximately zero stomach definition. And don't be silly, my thighs have never had a gap. This is just advanced photographic body positioning. Here's a more accurate thigh representation. Next up is May in August 2020. Don't ask what she's doing. At least she's showing a reliable representation of her little tum. I would also suggest paying extra special attention to the booty, because May from January 2021 really upped those booty gains. This was halfway through the OG 30 days of yoga and was actually the picture that inspired the entire endeavour. We can also see an increase in muscle gain around my thighs and a reduction in waist size. For a waist comparison, this is me being odd on day 40 compared to a relatively normal picture of me the year before. It's clear that over the past year I have just progressed my unusual photo taking, as seen here by these truly bizarre pictures I was sending to a friend. Just don't ask. But for this purpose, they're actually pretty useful. As we can see, without tensing, my stomach is significantly flatter. My legs and booty are considerably rounder and more toned. From here, we can also see the smallest beginnings of teeny tiny baby abs. What is this light beam? Please, as always, when looking at before and after type photos, just remember that everybody is different. My results are based off of my body type and not yours. Anywhere you go, you belong. Gold star if you know the song. And a gold star to yoga for helping me through some tough times this month. Apart from my sweet booty gains, I've had some sweet brain gains? What the f? In case this wasn't abundantly In case this wasn't abundantly clear in my last video, yoga is good for the soul. Every time I step onto the yoga mat for 30 minutes, I don't need to think about this, that, or the other. Of course, it's not some miracle cure for all of your problems, but it does help ease the emotional burden. In difficult times, we all need that thing that keeps us afloat, and yoga is that thing for me. I still can't endure a 30-minute meditation session, which I guess stems from my constantly wanting to flail. But a nice moving meditation, I'm all for it. But that is it, you guys, my 60-day yoga update. Honestly, it's wild to me that I've committed for this long already, mainly due to my horrifically short attention span. But I'm excited to see my future progression with my next update at 100 days straight. Until then, don't forget to subscribe. I upload every single Sunday. My darling flowers, stay wild, stay free, and I will see you all later. Namaste.